Hi, I just wanted to put some information out there that I have gathered from personal experience. This video is kind of a shadowy display of what I've been going through for almost a year now. If you can make out the images here, there and there, come over here and see that one that just went right back there. We'll keep it on him for a minute. This is a gang stalking event that, like I said, I have been terrorized by, stalked, psychically attacked, and they won't stop. Merely, it was, I believe that they have come on, gathered some information somehow about myself and a private citizen and what might be in my future, okay? And see what this does is, and so I'll go ahead and name a place because I'm really fed up with it, and I have it on good authority that who is behind it is an organization that is operating under the guise of being some sort of religious society. They are an appendage of the Masonic Lodge. Their name, I believe, is like the Eastern Star. And on Google, there's more than 10,000 of these places across the globe, okay? And what's going on is it's nefarious, it's insidious, it's a hidden, but I heard earlier from listening to another person on YouTube yesterday, that it's coming to light. We are being, individuals everywhere are being targeted, and reasons ranging from they simply just can't stand when someone tries to shine their own light or want better for themselves, all the way to and this is why it's an organized crime business. It's a racketeering organization. I believe that's the right term. But they are organized crime, and they are hiding under the guise of being religious, and they keep their buildings shoddy, and I believe in like low-income zip codes. You know, the buildings are, I'm sorry, but mainly ugly buildings, unattractive. They just look like something that you really just wouldn't even go in there to try to worship, much less mess with. And that's a perfect disguise for these people because, I mean, why would, the uglier and smellier the building, the better. And meanwhile, I believe that, and this is only my opinion, I believe that the higher ups that are running these are profiting hugely. Okay, so they don't live anywhere near these buildings. They probably don't even step foot in these buildings. They've got people running them, and there's something that's really disturbing. Okay, and please share this. This is one person's opinion, but I believe what's going on is they're recruiting youngsters. Okay. Young people that come from broken homes that seem to have no sort of parental figures. Anyone that is doing the necessary job of, the needed job of nurturing and raising these children. And so they are probably, I believe, going into their lives under some sort of like falsehood that here, come over here. If you want to feel needed, we need you. Come join us, okay? Because I've seen a group. I've been psychically attacked, and and I'm not doing any. The thing is, I haven't done a darn thing to these people, but I just had it. I'm fed up. They psychically attack me. They don't even allow me to sleep. They are sending transmissions through technology. I don't believe it's even witchcraft anymore. They've got it down pretty good. I've been shown visions by God, no less, of rows of desktops, and people at them. It's a very profitable organized system. And so let me get back to what they're doing, actually. So they are recruiting. They are taking in these young people that seem to be outcasts, that no one else really might pay attention to. They're probably poor, they have poor academic numbers, probably poor attendance in school. No one, it's sad. It really does make me sad. And I send love and compassion to these young people that aren't only getting not a fair start in life, but they are ending potential in their life for any goodness and beauty or success, achievements, getting out of the situation that they're in. And so these Eastern Stars are recruiting these youngsters, these ones that have been left out in the cold by society, that really are, playing hooky more than that. They're at school, and frankly, nothing's much done about it. Like, I don't believe there's truant officers anymore. Why would there be? I'm sure attendance unattendance is probably rampant in a lot of these areas, and not much looked into, unfortunately. And this is no judgment being passed. This is fact. And I saw this with my own eyes. So when I was being psychically attacked, I noticed, and I didn't have service on my phone, so I had to go use Wi-Fi at a relative's that lives really close to me, and I used their Wi-Fi. It was a close relative, and yes, I let him know, and I was on my laptop, and it's late at night, and all of a sudden I'm being surrounded what seems to be a group of people, and it's a psychic image that they, like I said, they're sending these. I know they have to be doing this via computer. Okay, it's not witchcraft anymore. Some of it is, unfortunately, and it's ugly, but that's a whole nother video. But I'm just getting this message out here for people that feel like their lives are in peril, or feel like they're going crazy. You're not. But so it looks like I'm being surrounded, and I'm sitting on this little chair in this outbuilding out of my relative Jeep, sitting on the chair, just on my laptop, minding my business. And this group is surrounding me, and they are appearing to be laughing at me, pointing at me, just harassing the shit out of me. And they're young. And I'm going to say they seem to be almost picked purposely as how can I say this with grace for these poor children? Every rejected soul that is in some sort of trouble, that there should be some sort of intervention at the school or something, but there's not, because these supposed religious, doing the works of God, quote unquote, have scooped them into their loving bosom. But no, what they're doing is they are using these children's energy, life forces, to do black magic. That they actually are, because I don't believe the technology, they can send signals to end the life of someone. If they could, they would. But no, they're still relying on these black magic, old, very dark, powerful words, rituals being said, incantations, and sending them with the energy of these children, and probably telling them, for whatever reason you're going to be saying these things, you're just going to say them, and telling them lies about the person that that they will be saying them to, or maybe not even telling them it's a particular person. Okay. Just having them recite what they tell them to recite. And so gathering these energies, it is sent at their victims, okay? And if a person is innocent, it should not stick, okay? God has designed the universe in a way that any innocent person being attacked in such a way, it will bounce, it will ricochet off. And this is real. People, this is actually very real. I wasn't aware of it until I was an actual victim now for over almost a year. Because one of them saw something. They had a card reading done on me, a tarot reading, and saw some prosperity in my future, and that's what they do. All the time. This is what they specialize in. And it's called gang stalking. And I'll put it real shortly because this is getting too long as it is. But, and I will also follow up on this for anyone that wants more information. But I just felt like I know there's people tonight that are going to bed scared and unable to sleep because there's 10,000 of these places. And that's what they're doing. This is their business. And these young people, they're using their life energy to cast these psychic attacks to people, and they will show some really hideous things, and they will usually show you a loved one, like a husband or wife. And I'm showing you up right now. See those images on my wall? Those shouldn't be there. There's nothing in front of them. See, just a blanket where my roommate's dog sleeps. Other than that, there's nothing in front. See, they do this. This is like the day, 18. They'll give me sometimes 1 day respite before they'll just take it up again. And also when I try to close my eyes to go to sleep, they will show me all kinds of images behind my eyelids. Like, it's maddening. If, you have to really be of a strong mental state and realize what you're dealing with. To not, I can't imagine someone that's in the dark about what is being done to them. At one point, I became suicidal because I didn't know, and I've never been suicidal in my life. But what they were showing me was so hideous. I will not go into it, but and they don't care. So it's not. And so what they do is. And they usually send in an operative that will go in as a romantic partner to these people that they somehow have found out that they either have something that they want, or they're going to be coming into something that they want. Sometimes this is so insidious as information came from a family member. You know how they say families do weird things when it comes to money? Oh yes, they do. And it's usually the family member that you're thinking it is, okay? Unfortunately. Just the one that you kind of felt sorry for because everyone seemed to say, oh, she's just a mess. Because they are messes. And if they just seem to be like, oh, everything's always done to them. And the whole world, it just... very self-pitying and aggressive and hostile and not very nice people, okay? And that's just an archetype of of a family member that a lot of us have. Well, it's usually someone like that doesn't mind or feels some reason you shouldn't have it. They should. They're owed it, and they'll work it out in their minds. But forgive me. I'm going off topic. Okay, look, they're making themselves bigger now, like more intimidating. And that's actually, I believe that is the representative being shown from the dark side, if you know what I mean. If you're into, deities of the Bible and who represents the dark. Well, that right there, folks, is old Satan himself. And that's one of his disguises that he uses to walk amongst us. And now it's changing, and it's becoming an ugly face of what they call a jinn. It's a very old witch, and usually powerful. But luckily, I am protected by the Most High, the divine God. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to kill me. They'll have me look at certain things, and then when I pay attention, now it's trying to show like it's not doing what it's doing. They realize that I'm recording them. And so they'll have me look at whatever they're doing, and they'll, oh yes, people, okay, listen, what you're seeing, it's not your mate, okay? If you're seeing like your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend doing things, all of a sudden hideous things and reflections in your room, and usually it's with another family member of yours. It's just very confusing, and it's hideous, and it's usually like almost X-rated. God will never show you anything like that. The message is definitely a psychic attack, and either you have something, if you've recently come into like, let's say someone left you with something in an inheritance, etc., or if you just got a new car, I'm not sure, like, but you attracted attention for some reason, and maybe someone, or if you're single, you all of a sudden you have attention from someone that you hadn't before, or maybe like a friend that you just weren't sure about, or a complete stranger, and all of a sudden they're just really, and they're going to be charming, they're going to be physically attractive, because that's their job. Okay, this is what their role is in an organization, and they will poison your food. Just straight up, they will poison your food. They will start to degrade you. They will pull narcissistic tactics designed to brainwash you. And the end goal for them is to sometimes go to the courts and have you become like your guardian of your money, however that is, where you are declared unfit because they've driven you insane with these things. And I'm so lucky and divinely protected by God and my archangels, and I have never been really a God-fearing individual until about 5 years ago, when I started my spiritual journey and knowing God, the real God, okay? And our God is very much a living God, and he is very much aware of what's going on, but because of systems that he himself, or God source, put in place when creating our planet, isn't allowed to directly intervene. He can work through us, but he cannot directly intervene, or it's a consciousness. So we could, what was intended to be, enjoy this beautiful, exquisite planet created for us. It wasn't going to be necessary, but all of a sudden, this was sullied, and that's a small word for such a large event, by something that wasn't supposed to be here. It came from somewhere else. Okay, I'll get into later, and it is an integral part. It has woven its way into our world. Okay, and this is one of its tentacles. Okay. and it's an appendage of the Masonic Brotherhood. It's been around since the 1800s. I'm sorry to people, I will get back on the story if you've never heard of this before. And it would be very interesting to me as well, because I didn't know that this was such a, not only a thing, but it's a thriving business. It's so sick. And what I find frightening for myself at the scope and the magnitude of the evil that this is suggesting is these kids, that they're using their energies up to throw these spell works to drive people insane so they can take control of their monies. And by all means necessary, they will forge signatures. They will take control of you. They'll petition the courts. They'll act. They will have someone dress up and pretend to be you and go in there and act like unstable and give terrible answers. Yes, they will go to a lot, great lengths, especially the greater the amount that they want to take from you. The greater they will go, the theatrics and lengths of illegal forgery, larceny. Okay, so basically I call them murdering thieves because that's what they are into. And that's one person's opinion. That's something that I am just, I have a very sharp intuition. God has blessed me. I'm very close with God. And has blessed me with great intuition. And this was learned the hard way through having some really, being very big-hearted and charitable and just helping people. Even when I didn't feel like such a good person, I had no idea, but I really have been. And it's just my nature to help people. And my life journey has been to show me to not only hone my skills of discernment of how someone can be so well cloaked in your life. Basically, the greater the operative, the greater the disguise will be. So the person that you least expect in a room, know that that's the best one of their best operatives, just like you would think. It's common sense. Where was I? And I know this is long. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and end this, but so yes, they are in the business of doing it. I really hope this reaches who it needs to tonight. If you're seeing any weird crap like I've just briefly described, I also have another video on my channel that it's longer and it's amateur production because I'm not into this at all. But I'm feeling a sense of urgency that this is the year. I believe we're in the age of Aquarius. This is prophecy that this will go on no more. Okay, and what's been going on is I'm going to have to go ahead and create something else entirely dedicated to something that I believe many people might be aware of, bits and parts of it, but it all needs to be coming out in the open. All this information needs to be pieced together in a easy to understand, not too lengthy, so people will make stay their way through it and realize this shocking suppression that we have been under for as a global as a planet, from something that was never meant to be here, never should have gotten here, or stayed or thrived, but it has. And it has because certain humans have helped it along the way that were made immediately told, you will amass great fortune if you do what we're telling you to do, people. America, fellow citizens, I love you. I do. And it's horrifying, and it brought me to tears when I actually followed the trail of my thoughts and help with the Lord showing me what is going on. And it's very real, and I'm not a kook. I am the one that's never going to be the one. That's a ghosty in the corner. No, I'm the one would look for the reason why there's a shadow, okay? Why there's a pale shadow. Okay, that's me. My intelligence my mind is sound. My intelligence, I'll just call myself above average, but I have a good mind. I have a great mind. I'm curious, and I'm honest. I'm fiercely loyal, and I am a truth teller. I've always had an inordinate problem with people that would lie to me. I will forgive so much. I am a very forgiving soul. Sometimes I would question myself, but not really worry about why I was so forgiving to people and gracious, even after they came in and I let them in my house to stay when they needed it, would commit acts against me. And I'm talking like of invading my privacy in the most disgusting and personal way. And all I did was just made him leave, and I didn't even press charges because I just don't. But so my point being is that the lies. Okay, I will forgive so much. Like, probably I have now learned to create boundaries. I had to go within and do some healing from the life that I had to live to become strong, to step into this mission that I am now going to be undertaking, and hopefully along with many others. But the time is now. I will forgive much, except a person that is lying to my face, because I'm already 3 steps ahead of what they're trying to tell me they didn't do, or simply, just great whoppers of lies. And that's when I always, that's when I felt my temper, there's some Irish in me, I believe. I'm a Taurus. I just, I'm a champion of the underdog. I defend those that can't defend themselves. I've always felt that, and I've said that about myself, even not even really knowing why I was saying that, and that is me. And I'm here for a reason. And that is to begin to tell the truth, that which a lot of people, I believe, are aware of and don't say. Because it is it's almost I'm going to say daunting. It's a daunting thing to come up against something that is so massive, that probably has some power and reaches into the courts, okay? That perhaps there's some money going around, that decisions are made that are made strictly because money is being passed, if you know what I mean. So I'm facing great challenges, but I have the most important one of all on my side, and that's God. And I'm doing this for the Lord and our planet and you and I and our children and our future generations. Enough is enough. And there's so much more to this, and I will be creating another video tomorrow, and I will go into what I believe one person's opinion, just like this is. So, if you want to take me to court, dark side, go ahead. I would love to get that exposure. That would help me a lot with starting my journey, my project, and you are my project. I love you, America, and I will see you tomorrow. Please share this. People, if you're being attacked, if you feel like you're going crazy, if you are seeing any images like I talked about, anything that makes your skin crawl and makes you want to throw up because it is such a injustice or a deception of a, by your mate when you would have no reason to think that they're doing something, they aren't, okay? That's not them. Those are actors. They're trying to separate y'all because there's some money that they want from either, and they're going to get to you one way or the other from you or your mate if you allow this to stay in ignorance. Start looking up psychic attacks and watch my other video. And it's okay. It's okay. Don't believe anything that you see. God will never show you unsolicited images. God will never just give you a reflection in a reflective surface in your bedroom or wherever. Never. That's not how God, our Father, our Creator, will share information with you. You must go within and meditate, and that is a direct line. That is a direct line to our Creator, and we weren't told this. It has been that information was kept from us, taken out of the book. There are messages from our God in the Bible, but it's not the way it is being explained to us. Those aren't literal events. Those are representations of energies, and there's messages that are, it's almost like a code, but it's a beautiful thing. It's not an easy thing, but the intelligence of our Creator is so vast and not of this world, and so loving, but great intelligence, and expects the same from His children. So, because He made us, our Creator made us in its image, or whatever image it had in mind, but it created this planet for us to enjoy and flourish in, and have a beautiful experience, and being able to have the five senses, which we don't have in other realms. And this thing came along. And let's go ahead and put the name on it. What we would call reptilian. It's true. So I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Don't worry. Don't pay attention. Take the reflective surfaces out of your room, and reach out. Reach out to spiritual people, anyone that will talk to you, and get a tarot reading, and they'll probably give you information. Any tarot reading that shows up on your timeline is meant for you, and will start to ease your mind and inform you of what's going on. Watch my video. I love you. Good night.